Next on Dragon's Bread.
The year would be 1977. The location would be U.S Air Force Base in western Missouri. I was 22, just been married a year or so, no children yet, living on the base, as was my coworker, Toby. We were EMTs, drove an ambulance. We worked the night shift. If the phone rang, we'd pick it up and it'd be heart attack, a plane coming down that might crash or did crash, car wrecks, people beat up because they beat up one another after the NCO club closed, intoxicated people. That was what we did. Toby and I planned this out meticulously. We each knew what the other was going to bring. My responsibility was the camp lantern, hand axe, and Toby's main responsibility was the tent. White Chevy Impala, 68 or something. It was certainly built for the road. It wasn't built for the terrain that we were headed for. Toby would play something by the Commodores, soul music. He had a portable 8-track. And I'd say, all right. And then we'd listen to, Beatles or something that I liked. It looked beautiful. We dodged the kiosk because we weren't going to buy a camping permit. We drove through a paved section of the park to kind of like a northwest corner. We knew we were trespassing. And there's a chain across the road. Toby's like, no, man, I got this. I'll handle this. So he hops out of the car, picks up the chain and drops it. We crested the top of this plateau. We were both just blown away. There were late blooming wildflowers all over the place and birds. The grass was 8 inches tall. It was just beautiful. The evening started really about 6 o'clock p.m. We set up our campfire, and we did kind of the normal fun stuff you would do if you were camping for the first time in your life. Burn hot dogs and marshmallows and enjoy the roar of the fire. Sounds of the forest that are natural. Tree frogs, crickets, bugs that make noise were loud enough that we had to raise our voice a bit just to talk across the campfire. And I noticed that it got suddenly silent. I mean, absolutely silent. And we lost the breeze. This is the time that Toby has his head turned to the right, and he's looking at something on the horizon. I said, hey, what are you looking at? Then he asked me, hey, Terry, were those lights there before? And then the next thing that I remember was a flood of lights that came through the canvas of the tent. And I pulled back the flap on my side of the tent and I looked out and I saw 12, maybe 15, what I thought were children, probably 3 foot tall. I said, Toby, man, what are these kids doing out here in the middle of the night? He said, Terry, look at them. They ain't little kids.
You make your way back towards safety, which is the military base, and that seems like safety at this moment, right?
Yes. They interviewed us in separate rooms.